What's up, guys? Welcome back. JonJonTheWise here, and I'm here with another Cyberpunk video for you guys. This time we're starting a new series called Cyberpunk Philosophy. Basically, in this series, we'll be talking about the philosophy of certain subjects that are in the cyberpunk world. Like today's video will be about the corporate lifestyle. But before we get into that, make sure you guys join our Discord community where we talk about Cyberpunk 2020 and Red and help people find games and give you really cool resources for your own games. And we even talk about Warhammer and whatever else we want to talk about, alright? Also, make sure you guys follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all the other things that are on the internet. So make sure you guys join me so you can hear about the things that I talk about, have updates on my videos, and so we can just connect. If you enjoy this video and this channel, please make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out. It helps visibility of the channel and it helps me out. Also, make sure you leave a nice little comment for me. I really appreciate all the positivity I've been getting from the community, and I'm going to continue to be making videos for you guys like our Cyberpunk Red campaign that I've been doing with the Wise guys. And if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you can get updates when we play again, which will be very soon. And if you'd like to hear me ramble about Cyberpunk, the tabletop game, well, I have a podcast for you. It's called Tabletop Cyberpunk, where I do exactly that. Talk about Cyberpunk 2020 and Red, sometimes 2077, but really it's about the game, how I run my games, war stories of how I crafted my last game, and I talk about certain subjects in the Cyberpunk universe. Alright, without further ado, let's get into this video about the corporate lifestyle. Now, today I wanted to talk about what corporate life is like in the dark future, because corporates are a lot different than the regular people in society. While freedom fighters, rocker boys, medias, and all these people are trying to expose in the dark future, the corporate has realized that you cannot defeat the man. It's better to just give up and work with the man, join a corporation, and your life will be better. That's the philosophy of a corporate. But the life of a corporate is filled with backstabbing, blackmail, and all kinds of nasty things. You know it's a game and you want to play the game. And you know if you win the game that you can actually achieve the dreams that you had before the collapse. The number one thing you should always remember about Cyberpunk and the people in Cyberpunk is the number one rule of the dark future, which is survival. That's right, a corporate wants to survive just like anybody else, and that is the main motivating factor for most of the decisions that they make. But how does a corporate survive differently than people that are within the city? Well, the first thing we could talk about is corporate zones. That's right, it's an area where the corporates are walled off, they have their own security, they have the white picket fence, they have cul-de-sacs, all those beautiful things that are myths and legends that happened before the collapse. Corporates actually get to live that life. So when you work for a corporation, you're getting more than a paycheck. You're getting more than health benefits or dental benefits or anything like that. You're getting the safety that everybody is fighting for within the other cities that are in the world. On top of that, as a corporate, you get some resources. Maybe you have enough reputation where you can have a car. Maybe you have servants at your house that are paid for by the corporation. Maybe you have all kinds of things that you wouldn't have had if you didn't work for the corporation. And these resources plus the safety give you that drive where you can actually create goals. You can have dreams. You can start a business. You can do the things that you always wanted to do. But remember, your life revolves around the corporation. So what does all this do? You survive, you can start a family, you have resources, you're in safety. All this makes you love your corporation, and that's where we get radical corporates. That's a real thing in the dark future where people would bleed and die for the corporation that they work for because of all the things that they've helped them get through. Now, as a corporate, you have a place where you can call home, where it's safe to you, but you know that there's always somebody trying to take it from you. And that's where espionage comes in. Corporate espionage, the worst and dirtiest kind. The number one thing you need to remember with espionage is to know your enemy, because they can ruin everything that you worked for. Now, who are your enemies? Well, you know, in the dark future, there are no shortage of enemies. They could be your coworker, your best friend, your jealous family member. It could even be another corporate. It could be a government official. You never know. You always have to watch your back and always have eyes on everybody that you work with. While you're working hard to climb the ladder, somebody's doing the same thing below you. And you got to make sure you're looking down and you got your foot ready to kick them, or they're going to pull you down under. Now, this is where in plots and campaigns, you can have your corporate making connections with people that can work for him. Private investigators, people that spy for you, other coworkers that are in alliance with you where you guys can create some kind of alliance. There's so many things you can do as a corporate if you have the money and you have the goods and you have the well means. If you want to perform corporate espionage, you're going to need some items, you're going to need some people, you're going to need some help. And the best thing you can do as a corporate is use your resources to help you in that way. And these are all plot devices and campaigns that can revolve around corporates with the idea of them trying to survive and corporate espionage. Now that you know your enemy, you love the corporation that you work for, you got to represent yourself well within this community. And that is all about status. A corporate's life is all about status. Part of your status is living that nightlife. The nightlife is very important to a corporate because this is where you make your deals off the books, off the record, off the clock. This is where you meet people. This is where you make lasting impressions on people that can help you and benefit you in the near future. Who are you partying with? Where are you? Is it an exclusive area? Are you known there? It's very important as a corporate to know all those things. In fact, maybe you find a bouncer to a nightclub and you dig up some information on him. You blackmail him and let him know that you know all about the skeletons in his closet. And all he has to do is make sure that when you come over to that nightclub that he works at, that you just walk right in the door and all your coworkers and peers watch you walk through that door. And remember, another important rule to the corporate lifestyle and corporate status is all the shiny things that you have. Style over substance. What car do you drive? What shoes do you wear? Do you have designer clothes? Well, if you don't, you better go get some. And make sure when you're wearing these clothes and driving your beautiful car, that everybody you work with and you know sees you driving this car and wearing those beautiful clothes. If you can't afford these beautiful clothes, well, steal them. If you can't afford the car, steal the car, rent the car. The truth doesn't matter. It's all about what you can portray. If you have a campaign within the corporate lifestyle, maybe your players are always in the pursuit of these material items. They're in pursuit of clothes, cars, guns, anything they need so people look at them a different way. Now, you have that fancy place called the corporate zone where you live. You learned a few things about corporate espionage, and you drive that beautiful car. But there's one part of this puzzle that we haven't really talked about. Just like anybody else in the dark future, you can't go at it alone. You need allies. You need friends. You need a network of people that can watch your back and help you in a pinch. I know, it doesn't sound like that's the right thing to do because as a corporate, you're the most selfish person out there. You're looking out for yourself. But think of it this way. Making a friend is really in your best interest, so in your best interest, selfishly, you should have friends. And just like a fixer has their network in the streets, the guy that deals drugs, the guy that fences the drugs, and the guy that kills the guy that has the lab that makes the drugs. These are all people that fixers work with, and you can work with them. You could even work with the fixer. As a corporate, you have the funds to help them out with their independent operations. Maybe they work for some cartel and they've been trying to make it big, and all they needed was a little bit of capital, a little bit of resources, and a friend with a suit that can help them get where they need to go. And together, you guys will rise in power, taking over the streets and the corporate lifestyle together. And that's a beautiful campaign that I'd love to be a part of. If you're going out there doing corporate espionage, blackmail, kidnapping, ransoming the person that you're kidnapping, or murdering the person that you're kidnapping, you're going to need help. It's going to be tough to do it on your own. There might be some success, but it's not going to last. You need people on your side. And as a corporate, the corporate lifestyle is about shaking hands while you have the knife held behind your back, hiding, waiting to pounce at any time. And everybody knows that. It's fake handshakes, nodding, smiling, living with the people that you hate. And that's how you survive as a corporate in the dark future. I know, it sounds really grim, but That's what the dark future is all about. It's grim, it's nasty, and it's a whole lot of fun. Well, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be talking more about cyberpunk philosophy in the near future. And I still have another role breakdown, the cop or lawman role, which I'll be covering. And we got our Cyberpunk Red campaign. You have awesome videos and actual plays that are within this channel. Make sure you guys check it out. We'll see you on the next one. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.